There is a window in your financial life that opens in your 30s and closes before you even realize it was there. Miss it, and you spend the rest of your life trying to recover ground that becomes mathematically harder to recover with every passing year. Catch it, and the entire trajectory of your financial future changes in ways that will still be paying you dividends decades from now. Nobody tells you this clearly enough when you're young. Your 20s feel like the important decade because that's when everyone talks about starting early and building good habits. But the truth that financial advisors know and rarely say out loud is this. Your 20s are practice. Your 30s are the actual game. Here is why. In your 20s, you probably didn't have much money to invest even if you wanted to. Entry-level salaries, student loans, figuring out basic adulting. Whatever you managed to put away was valuable but limited. But in your 30s, something shifts. Your income is meaningfully higher. You have actual money moving through your hands every month, and the decisions you make with that money right now in this decade will compound for 30 years before you retire. Think about what that means mathematically. $1 invested at 32 has 33 years to compound before you reach 65. At a historical average market return of around 8% annually, that dollar becomes roughly $13 by retirement. $1 you invest at 42 only has 23 years. It becomes $6. Same dollar, same market. 10 years of delay cuts the outcome nearly in half. That gap does not close later. You cannot hustle your way out of lost compounding time. You cannot earn enough in your 50s to replicate what patient investing in your 30s would have built automatically. This is not motivational language. This is arithmetic. And the arithmetic is ruthless. But here is the part that makes your 30s genuinely dangerous in a way your 20s never were. Your 30s come with the most expensive lifestyle pressures of your entire life, all hitting simultaneously. The house, the wedding, the kids, the car that fits the car seats, the neighborhood with the good schools, the wardrobe that matches your new professional level, the vacations you couldn't afford before but feel like you've earned now. Every single one of these things lands in the same decade, and every single one of them feels completely justified because you finally have the income to support them. This is not a discipline failure. This is a design problem. Your 30s are specifically engineered by life circumstances to drain wealth faster than any other decade. The people who retire rich are not the ones who somehow avoided these expenses entirely. They are the ones who made one critical decision before the lifestyle expansion started. They paid themselves first, non-negotiably, before the mortgage, before the kids' activities, before the vacation fund, before any of it. They decided on a percentage of their income that went directly to investments on payday, and they treated that number like a fixed bill that could never be skipped. Not what was left over. What came out first. This single structural decision separates the people who look back at their 30s with satisfaction from the people who look back with regret. Because lifestyle always expands to fill available income. Always. If you wait to see what's left after living, there is never enough left. The month always finds a way to consume whatever you didn't protect in advance. Now let's talk about the second thing that makes your 30s so decisive, and this one almost nobody discusses. Your 30s are when your earning trajectory gets set. Not permanently, but directionally. The career moves you make in this decade, the skills you build, the professional reputation you establish, the risks you take or don't take, these things determine your income ceiling for the following 20 years. Someone who aggressively invests in their career in their 30s, negotiates raises, switches jobs strategically, builds expertise that becomes genuinely rare, that person's income compounds just like their investments do. By their 40s, they're earning money that makes wealth building feel almost automatic. Someone who coasts professionally in their 30s takes the comfortable path, avoids the difficult conversations about compensation, stays in roles past their expiration date because change feels risky. That person hits their 40s with an income that barely kept up with inflation and a savings rate that reflects it. Your career is an asset. Your 30s are when you either develop that asset aggressively or let it stagnate. And unlike your investment portfolio, which you can somewhat automate, your career requires active management. Nobody is coming to give you the raise you deserve. Nobody is going to tap you on the shoulder and say, now is the time to make your move. You have to see the window and step through it yourself. The third thing your 30s decide is your relationship with debt, and this one is quieter and more destructive than most people realize. The debts you carry into your 40s are not just financial burdens, they are anti-investments. Every dollar going to interest payments is a dollar that is not compounding in your portfolio. A 30-year-old carrying $20,000 in high-interest debt and paying $300 a month in interest is not just losing $300 a month. They are losing what that $300 would have become over 35 years of compound growth. That number is not small. That number is retirement defining. The people who retire rich in their 60s almost universally did one thing in their 30s. They became obsessive about eliminating high-interest debt and then redirected every dollar that was going to debt payments directly into investments the moment the debt was gone. They did not lifestyle inflate when the debt disappeared. They investment inflated. The payment stayed the same. The destination changed. This is a decision that requires zero additional income. It just requires intention. And your 30s are the last decade where making this move gives the redirected money enough time to do something truly significant. Now here is the uncomfortable question you need to sit with. If your 30s are this important, and if you are already in them or approaching them, what is the actual number you are investing every month right now? Not what you plan to invest. Not what you'll invest when the timing is better. What is the number today? Because most people in their 30s are investing far less than they think they should be, and far less than their income could support if they made it a genuine priority. They have good intentions and a vague plan, and a subscription to a financial podcast they listen to occasionally. But the actual number hitting their investment account each month is embarrassingly low relative to what the math requires. Here is what the math actually requires. If you want to retire with genuine financial freedom, not just surviving on Social Security and hope, you need to be investing somewhere between 15 and 20% of your gross income consistently throughout your 30s. For most people, that feels like an impossible number when they first hear it. Then they look at what they're actually spending on things that will have zero impact on their life a decade from now, and they realize the money is there. It has just been going somewhere else. Your 30s are not forever. That is the entire point. This decade moves faster than any other because it is so full. And the people who come out the other side financially strong are not the ones who had the best intentions. They are the ones who treated their investment contributions with the same seriousness as their rent. Unmovable. Non-negotiable. First. Every year you spend in your 30s without aggressively building wealth is a year you will wish you had back when you're in your 50s, looking at the numbers and doing the math on how much longer you have to work. The window is open right now. The only question is whether you walk through it.